it's very hard to put together a musical performance show such as the Beantown Block without considering every single point and every single thing taken. You see, the block is it's a multitude of ideas. It's actually a multitude of ideas and genres of music. You just cannot accustom yourself to just one thing. You have to accustom yourself to many things, in fact. And one of the things that we attribute ourselves to what we do is the fact that is becoming multi-versatile with the different aspects of music that come through our show and many different views that we have on our show as well.
Well, I've been attending AI for a little while, and then I was walking through the hall, and my producer, Crosby, when I was talking to him, he noticed something to me. He said, "You know what? I want you to be a host on my show. I think you have the talent for it." He said, "Come down to my audition." So I came down to audition for the Beantown Block. Everyone there liked my hosting skills, and they offered me a job, and I took it. And that's how I became a host on the Beantown Block.
It was my second semester at the New England Institute of Art and Communications. And in that semester, I had a conversation with a fellow student of mine whose name was Mustafa. This was October of 2001. And so I said to myself, you know what? I think we should have a show here that can that's all about music. It's all about basic musical performance. It's all about musical people who are trying to get themselves into the industry. So then I thought about something. I thought about a place where people can actually perform with the freedom to perform, so to speak. And that thing was called a block. A place where people could represent where they're from, represent Boston to the fullest. A block where there'll be so many diverse types of genres of music and different people as well. And not just the black people, but every other people, from white to Hispanic to Asian, from Tibetans, whatever you could think of. So then came the slogan, "Time to rep where you at," or just rep where you at. The Beantown Block timeline, in actuality, in August of 2002, started when I came across LaToya Robinson, Jermaine Headlam, and Shaquin Holland, all deemed Miss Toya, Gotti, and Laz. I shot my first episode, which that day was crazy, because basically I bought free pizza for the entire school, and I wasted $200 on trying to impress everybody about the show, and it actually worked to perfection. I actually got my first bit of crew, and expectations at the time and how the episodes were that I designed it to be, it actually worked out.
One time, there was this chick that came on named Kathy Cathartic, and she came on all calm. I talked to her before the show. Before she performed, she was so calm. And then when she came onto the show, she was like, she just ripped the stage up. And you wouldn't even expect it. You looked at her, she just ripped the stage up. And that was that's one of my most memorable moments. But there's been some times where I thought the Beantown Block wasn't really. We thought the show just got all twisted because accidents show up and then something happened with lighting, but we always pulled together. And those are the most memorable moments when bad shows we thought we were gonna have gone good. Those are memorable moments.
Well, I think it started off with Keith going, they lived together at the dorms. Keith brought this flyer in that he got from you, I think, actually, and he's just like, oh, let's call these guys and see if we can get on. So he called you guys up, and you guys were actually pretty quick to respond, and we set everything up, and we got a date, and it was pretty easy, actually. We were pretty surprised. We didn't think we'd ever hear anything back, but
yeah, it was cool. We had never done anything like that before, and so we were total strangers, didn't know what to expect when we walked into the situation. I mean, the biggest thing was that the people were just great. Everybody made us feel at home, and was extremely nice to us, helping us out, and it made things very, very easy.
Yeah.
And so we just had a great time. We were improvising at the beginning of our playing and everything. People were digging it, and the vibe was just there.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
To be honest, there is no such thing as a perfect team or a perfect show. The key term here is motivation and what you can provide for your crew. I look for a person who has desire, who has motivation, self-motivated, who basically they know what they see and who are creative. and they just don't do, and they do things out of the norm of like what society has today.
Crosby's a real good producer. He's very hardworking, very motivated. He's very dedicated to what he does, and he sort of pushes us. So we sort of feed off his hard work and motivation and determination. So pretty much it's like a big circle. So it's all successful in one. So he really he plays a big role in this television atmosphere, especially the Beantown Block. He makes it happen.
Latoya and Gotti, you know, they're basically the jobs are kind of like, you know, on the limb. In came Aaron Kimbrough, who amazed me, who has an encapsulating, you know, presence. You just, when you feel his presence, when he smiles at you, when he walks by you, you just feel something. And when you feel that thing from Aaron, you just like, if he even says a word to you, you just automatically, you're attracted to him, automatically. And just by his presence, that's another thing. And by spirit, Lakeisha Gilliard, who just one day told me that she was just getting ready for a live performance for Critical Breakdown. Didn't know what she was getting herself into. Walked into the studio, and she basically auditioned, sang, and she also hosted audition for us. That was amazing. And basically the level of talent that she is at, that truly amazed the hell out of me. And I was very surprised. Esther, can't speak enough about Esther. Her sweetness and her love for what we do is like unmatched, it's unparalleled. Laz is crazy as heck. You know, he's another one. And because of On the Spot, which is like the first segment that's like, you know, almost like Hits from the Street, but it's our Boston flavor to it. He has done something, I mean, he has a charm about that segment, and it's just cut loose, and Laz is still cut loose and fun to be around, and I'm just glad that he's with us too. So, and the level of talent that I received in this year alone only tells me that like things are gonna happen, and they're gonna happen big. Don't know how big they're gonna happen, but they're gonna happen. I can't speak for myself on this situation, but it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be great, and I can't wait for when this thing pops up.
I think the block is a good idea in itself, but it could use a bigger audience and a bigger set and a better designed set. A little bit, I mean, the spray paint and stuff needs to be more organized. Maybe you can get a little bit more people working on it. After that, everything's a go. I mean, to rap, that could be the #1 show in Boston if it had that much support, especially the support of Boston, if everybody was there with it. I mean, you get the advertisement, you get the money for it, you get that big budgeting. You could just go anywhere.
You know, if you guys got on this thing and had all these people watching, I think it was pretty big. You actually pulled in probably quite a good crowd.
Yeah, Boston, there's a lot of people that really like to represent where they're from. They're really into the Celtics, or they're a big Red Sox fan or whatnot, and it's, you know, this sense of pride, and so having a TV show named the Beantown Block, I think people would dig it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think you get a really good response from that.
I mean, we got rap, hip-hop, jazz, singing, whatever you want, and that's what it's about. It's about people getting out there and pretty much letting people out there know what Boston has to offer and what it has to come out on the table with. So
my challenge that was deemed to me about almost 2 years ago was to establish in the school a show that could reach out to people musically, that there is a certain outlet of people to work and do things. And in basically 2 years' time, I have done that. But I'm not reaching my true master plan. And my master plan is this. I want to go to cable. Expect the unexpected. Because what we come to you is unexpectedly unexpected and sudden. And we will become the best. We are the best. I guarantee.